19th hole. Let's see. This 19. Ooh, we're going to do one thing. We're going to put this live on Facebook. So how about that? Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. This is the 19th hole Latina Golfers Association Power Hour. And we have got an amazing Zoom for you today. I am Azucena Maldonado. I am the founder of Latina Golfers Association. And we were founded in 2008. And our mission is to empower women by teaching them how to leverage golf as a business tool. So thank you so much for joining us. Well, we couldn't do this, and we really couldn't do many of our events at Latina Golfers without the support of our sponsors. So today we have some sponsors, and we want to thank them. One is Alicia Matricardi. Alicia is our of counsel. So she's always there with us, supporting us. So thank you, Alicia. Also a shout out to the SCGA, that's the Southern California Golf Association. So thank you SCGA for being with us. Also, I'd like to thank the Southern California PGA of America. Thank you so much for being our continued supporters and continued sponsors. And we have some announcements before we get going on the show, but let me just give you a teaser of what we have in store for you today. We are going to speak with the woman who is the only Latinx owner of a golf course in the United States. So that's Julie Baez Prebula, and you're going to meet her in just a few minutes. We're so excited to hear her story. And you know that for 4 years, the Latina Golfers has been hosting the Latina Leadership Through Golf cohort. This is our 4th year. And in spite of everything that's been going on, we have moved forward. And thanks to our sponsor, Thrive It, we are moving forward. And today we're going to be announcing our 2020 cohort. These are some freaking amazing women. You're going to love them. And I'm so thrilled to have them with us here today. We're also going to talk about Spain. Okay, we're going to go to Spain, everybody. Okay, we're going to wait till 2023. So we have a big announcement to talk to you about later on in the Zoom. But we're going to start with a couple of announcements. Many of you are familiar with an sister organization, I guess you would call them. We very much support HOPE, Hispanas Organized for Political Equality. They are a premier Latina organization that's been around for probably 25, 30 years here. And today they are reminding us that it is Latina Equal Pay Day. Did you know that Latinas on average earn 54 cents less than a non-Hispanic white male? So we need to do something about that. And you can do that by supporting HOPE. Go to their website, find them. They have a really wonderful package for you to look at with some action items of how we can move the needle forward on this one. Also, Latina Style Magazine. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, receive this magazine either online or a hard copy. We have been partners with Latina Style Magazine for years and years and years. Love them. Robert Bard, you said you were going to be on here. I'm not sure if you're here or not, but they have a Latina Style Business Series, which we're always involved with here in LA on November the 19th. So you're going to be getting some information from us about that because we are one of their strategic partners and we will be presente there. We want you to be presente as well. So that's November the 19th. And right now what I'd love to do is to recognize one of the women that has been really one of the backbones of Latina golfers over the last few years. We're so proud of her. I know that you know her, Rebecca Ramirez. Rebecca in 2018 was our Member of the Year. And just yesterday, she received the Southern California Golf Association Junior Golf President's Award. So Rebecca, congratulations. You were always so giving of yourself and of your time. And thank you for giving so much to Latina golfers. We appreciate you. We want you to know that. We love you. So keep up the good work. And right now, we want to give a shout out to our amigas from the East Coast, from Connecticut. They are in the house. I received in a really adorable package yesterday, some masks. And look at this. This one is, personalized to me, to Azucena, with my little bag. So our member Estela Morales Segura from the Connecticut Latinas golf team, which we are strategic partners with. We love them. We support them. She is creating these really adorable masks and stuff. So we want to support her. So Estela, a shout out to all of your great creative work and the work you do with the Connecticut Latinas golf team. But also Lena Rodriguez is on, and she is the mera mera, really the woman who came up with the ideas of a CT Latinas golf team along with Estela. You're on. Thank you for joining us from Connecticut, as well as Ana Alfaro. So East Coast ladies, you're welcome. We probably have women from all over the country joining us today. So thanks for being here. And now we have a really interesting segment. Many of you women, I'm so happy to see that you are getting out there. You are golfing, because golf is a safe thing that we can do during this time. But some of you are being very adventurous. Okay, so you know that for the past 3 or 4 years, we have every year in October visited Loreto, Mexico for our spa and golf retreat that we do. Well, we weren't able to do it this year, obviously. We plan to be back there next year. But a few of our ladies just could not stay away. And so Gilda Pettit is joining us along with Marta Paramo, because I think just a week ago they were there. And
yeah.
Boyd, hi Gilda. Marta, is Marta here yet? So anyway, we're sharing some pictures, or going to share some photos of this remarkable place. It is a jewel. It's a jewel in Mexico, and that's where we love our spa and golf. So tell us about your trip. First we want to know, how was it for you? I mean, you haven't traveled. This is the first time you travel. I'm sure it was scary. So are we able to do golf destination trips? Do you feel okay about that?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Azucena, for this opportunity to share this amazing time with all the ladies. It was very scary at the beginning, but I read about the protocols that Alaska Airlines is following. I do have friends in Loreto. I followed up with their protocols. Vías del Palmar, they're very, very careful. And so it was pretty good. The airport was not full of people. We wore our masks. In the airplane, it was no one sat in the middle seat. And when we got to Loreto, a private van picked us up. So it was just the 4 of us. We wore our masks. When we got to the hotel, the same thing. There were plenty areas. So just, I'm sharing here the 17th hole.
I love it.
Our signature hole. So we were able to breathe. We were able to get in the water. We saw our dear friend Danny. There he is, and
yes,
even
Danny. For I want everybody to know, Danny is the reason that we go to Loreto. He introduced me to Loreto, and I said, no, we have got to bring our ladies here. Danny is a golf instructor, and Danny he conducted our very first golf clinic for our Latina Golfers Association in 2008. So he is very much a part of Latina Golfers, and he welcomes us there in Loreto. So fabulous. I'm glad you got to visit with him.
Yes, he said hello and missed everyone. So, yeah. So thank you, Azucena.
Well, wonderful. So you had a great time. So is this something, what would you recommend to those of us who are still very leery? Like, I am not traveling on a plane. I'm scared to do it. So how would you ease my tension?
Azucena, it's a personal preference. And if you're not comfortable with something, I say don't do it. However, I'm very careful. I have a nurse at home, my daughter, and she was, oh my God, Mom, what are you going to do? So I took the precautions. I followed all the safety protocols. When I came back, 5 days later, I tested because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't exposed, and I was negative. My friends were negative as well. So we were very, very careful. Even though the picture there with Danny, I said, Danny, we have to practice distance. He's safe. I was safe. So you know what? A little hug. So
Just
we
gonna
laughed
breathe or
about it.
talk during it. That's what you can do. Now, breathe or talk during your hugs.
There you go. Quick picture away. So, but again, it's a personal preference. I would do it again. Unfortunately, the weather is going to get bad, but it's just my personal preference because we stop in Loreto, they take us to the hotel. We don't have a lot of exposure to a lot of people. I would feel uncomfortable traveling, let's say, to Mexico City, to a big airport. But I felt very safe where we went. So that's just my 2 cents. And if Azucena, if you want to go, let me know.
I know you and everybody else keep saying, when are we going? When are we going? When are we going? So I'm still scared. I'm still not there yet, but I'm glad some of you are. Okay, thank you, Gilda and Martha, if you're out there. Thank you so much. We have another one of our members who has been adventurous, and oh my God, I am so excited about this road trip that she and her boyfriend took just recently. Denise Gutierrez, are you here with us, Denise?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you all
Okay,
hear me?
Denise, I can't wait for you to tell us. Denise has been a member for a few years. She learned to golf with Latina Golfers just a few years ago, and she has visited golf courses just in these last 2 months that I've dreamed about playing on and haven't yet, but I know I will. So tell us about it, Denise. Where did you guys go?
So in July, we took a road trip, 1-week vacation up to Northern California.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, we had to visit. We did visit. We started at Half Moon Bay. So this is a photo from the 18th hole at Half Moon Bay. My boyfriend is even more obsessed with golf than I am. And so
You're pretty upset.
it was a great trip, just getting away from all the craziness. Beautiful views. This is a photo of Pacific Grove. It was quite windy that day. It was a tough day to be out there on the course, but of course, just being out there close to the beach was awesome. But the highlight of our trip was obviously visiting Pebble Beach. And we got to play.
Who hasn't heard of Pebble Beach? I know some of us are newbies on the call, but who has not heard of Pebble Beach? You all got to play on Pebble Beach. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, well, we played at Poppy Hills, which is one of those PGA, golf courses. And that was we went back already. So we went back when did we go back? We went back Labor Day weekend to go play at Poppy Hills. And
wow.
It's now officially my favorite course to play as of today. And you know, of course, we saw the Lone Cypress and you know, visited all the grounds of Pebble Beach. But I did want to share with everyone that we learned by meeting these two ladies who live in Northern California, who are part of the Northern California Golf Association. And so what we did, the reason why we got such a great deal to play at Poppy Hills was we became members of the Northern California Golf Association. And so when you join for a year membership at $176, we were able to play at Poppy Hills with no additional fees. But when we go back, the discount is so amazing. So we join as a member of Poppy Hills, and there's different golf courses you can play at, and so that was the benefit. And so if we hadn't gone up there, we would have never learned this. We never would have met these other amazing couple and found out about the great deal.
So that is a great tip. Yes. For everybody. So it's becoming a member, like we're members of the Southern California Golf Association. So this would be to be a member of the Northern California Golf Association. And then you get all these deals. Denise, for some of us newbies, you know, this is pretty spectacular. We may not know some of these golf courses are the premier golf courses in California, let alone Northern California.
Yes, they're...
Everybody
you know, of course I love my Southern California. I'm born and raised in East LA, but when I went up to Northern California, you know, I guess that was one of the, you know, dealing with what we're dealing with all right now, and just knowing I needed to have a break, but I fell in love with Northern California. So you know, again, it's just, you know, we drove up there. We did stay in hotels, but they're being very safe as well. You know, they don't have the folks coming in and cleaning after every day. All the precautions are there. So I hope that eases a lot of folks' anxieties, you know. In fact, I felt like Northern California was more strict even with the restaurants. So of course we ate outside everywhere, and everyone was wearing their masks, and everybody's just being very, you know,
and
safe.
of course, playing golf is the safest thing that we can do. So I am so glad to hear. Thank you for sharing your adventure with us, Denise. Thank you for staying an avid golfer and staying connected with Latina golfers.
Yeah, no, and thank you for having this platform for all of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving on, we have told you that we have a Latina Leadership Through Golf cohort, and this is our 4th year. And today we are going to introduce our cohort. We have 26 women who are a part of our 2020 cohort. And we have some slides of them, so I want you to see them. Now, they're all absolutely amazing women, amazing leaders. They sit on so many boards and commissions. And can somebody unmute themselves or mute themselves, because I can hear. Everybody mute yourselves. And I'm so proud that they are a part of this group. I mean, every year we have just like, it just elevates. We have some amazing women. So they're all so special. I can't name all 26, but I know that you recognize some of them. So I want to call them out by name. And they are Ana Salceda. So most of you who are involved in community organizations, Latina Leads, know that she is not only a sponsor, she's one of our sponsors, but she is just an amazing community activist. So she's in our cohort. Blanca Pacheco, I saw you here. Blanca is the mayor of Downey. Welcome, Blanca. We so look forward to having you with us.
Hi, everyone.
Yay, thank you. There you are. Thanks, Mayor. We really appreciate it. So, well, you've gone to some of our events, but now I'm so glad you're going to be a part of this, because you're going to dive in deep, girl, and you are going to feel so confident about playing golf and playing in charity tournaments and business golf outings after this series. So thank you. We also have Cecilia Mota. Cecilia has been a member for a long time, and the reason I am giving her a shout out, as you see, I'm wearing my Dodger blue. Cecilia is the daughter of Manny Mota. Many of you know Manny Mota as just one of the greats of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and she always brings him to our events, so we feel so privileged about that. So Cecilia is a part of our cohort. Cynthia Flores, who is on so many boards, Latina's Lead Board, she's in the Latina Lawyers Board, so welcome, welcome. And my dear friend Liliana Perez. Liliana was in politics forever and ever and ever, and now she's with the LA Chargers. So she is community relations, government relations. So thank you, Liliana, for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Luisa Oyage, who is also a very busy woman, and she is coming to us as Assistant Chief of Staff of Supervisor Hunt. So we are so proud to have her on board. Dr. Monica Sanchez, who is a council member at Pico Rivera. And we have Sara Rubalcabas, who is an amazing leader and coach for all of us. Vera Jimenez, a meteorologist. So we're so excited that Vera is joining us. And of course, Veronica Corona, who is the vice chair of the California Hispanic State Chamber of Commerce. And she is also a business owner who owns a huge cleaning facility. I know they've been staying really, really busy during this COVID period. So ladies, thank you so much for being a part of our 2020 cohort. We look forward to it. In fact, our first event is November 6th at the Don Canabi Golf Course, which is where we host our Latina Leadership Through Golf, which is a county golf course. We're so proud to be associated with the county of golf courses. So ladies, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you then. And of course, this program could not be possible without the support of our sponsor for the last 4 years, Thrivent Financial. Thrivent, thank you so much for sticking there with us, for going back to your organization and saying we need to stay involved with Latina golfers. I so appreciate that. And it's Sonia Navarro, thank you so much. And Laura Arrona, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Azucena. For us, it's very a privilege, and we know that this is important for us to continue to advance women, not only in their careers, but also in their health, right? Being out and having fun with a whole bunch of other women, powerful Latinas, is definitely a good way for us to continue improving ourselves personally and professionally. So it's a privilege for us to be able to continue to support.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you. I can't say it enough because you really do keep pushing and fighting for us. So gracias, and see you on November 6th.
Absolutely.
Well, now the moment we've been waiting for, we are about to meet a very special woman who is very close to Latina Golfers Association. We'll tell you about that in just a minute. Julie Baez Prebula is the owner of Slippery Rock Golf Club, which is in Pennsylvania. So we cannot wait to hear about your journey, Julie. But first, let's just give everybody your backstory, a little bit of your backstory. You're originally a Tejana from Texas. Right. Yes. But I met you in Los Angeles. Okay. And I met you, and you're very close to my heart because you actually were at our very, very first Latina Golfers Association event on March 11th of 2008. We had an event just to tell the ladies in Los Angeles my idea about starting Latina Golfers Association. And we had a golf fashion show. I will say that 94 women showed up at our very, very first event. There wasn't even any golf activity. We just said, come on, join us. We had a fashion show, a golf attire fashion show. And we said, okay, we want women to know what to wear at the golf course. But we also wanted to know what we shouldn't wear at the golf course. And Julie was a model representing what you do not wear at the golf course. So no, ma'am, we do not wear halter tops at the golf course, or jeans, like at least not those kinds of jeans at the golf course. But we certainly have evolved throughout the years, Julie, because now we do say yes to hoop earrings, okay? Hoop earrings are absolutely A-okay because Latinas love our hoop earrings, okay? So that is just fine. So welcome so much to our 19th hole Zoom Power Hour, Julie.
Thank you, Azucena. Thank you, ladies, and Nancy, and everyone who put on this great production. So professional as always. Just blessed to be here, surrounded by my mentors and inspiration. Everybody you just listed, so many familiar names and faces on this Zoom. I love you, ladies. I miss you. I'm now in Western PA, and I can't wait to have a Latina golfers retreat right here in Western PA at our golf course, Slippery Rock.
We are going to do it, Julie. Count on that. Just as soon as we can, we are definitely going to do it. So tell us how you became connected to the Latina Golfers Association in 2008.
Well, gosh, what a great year that was, right, ladies? 2008 going back. Well, Azucena and I mean, I really met you and Nancy and everybody on this production crew through my Thea, Irene, and hopefully she's on here or she'll see this. But we had a salon and day spa in downtown LA, if you remember, Salon Baez. Where are my financial district ladies at? That's what we had a little salon and day spa there, and I really got to know a lot of you, even by name, or head, or, you know, nails, whatever you came in for. You know, we got to know so many of you when we were located there at the Wilshire Grand Hotel way back in the day. But I think we were both on the same wavelength too, Azu. I was trying to figure out this game. You were also trying to bring it to light to women and to Latinas. And we met like at at the right time, because I feel like that was our first connection, was the do's and don'ts. And I was the first to say, let me sign up for whatever you need. You know, I want to be a part of this great organization, because I knew it was going to be huge. I had no doubt about that. And just thank you for allowing me to participate with you. That was so much fun. Great memories.
Well, when you came to us, Julie, you really had already on your own started exploring golf. Tell us a little bit about that. Why did you want to do that? And then how was it that Latina Golfers actually helped you blossom?
Well, just like you said here, and Sonia mentioned as well, we are empowering women in business. And I was looking to, I think I said it last time, I was getting left on the porch, right? The guys would go, we're going to do all this and let us play golf first and then we'll regroup. Well, because I didn't know, or maybe because they just didn't think to invite me, they left me on the porch. And I said, no mas, I'm going to figure out this game, whether, you know, I just happened to get a PCC catalog and in the local community college where I was living there in Pasadena, and it said golf etiquette classes for the summer. And I signed up very quickly and I took my golf etiquette classes, and happened to be at the wonderful Rose Bowl right down the street. So those were my first stomping grounds, was right there at the Rose Bowl. And when you were talking about the Latina golfers, I felt like maybe I wasn't a Latina golfer just yet, but I will soon be a Latina golfer. And I feel like that was it. I could not get left out anymore.
Tell us the kinds of you've had really interesting career before you became a golf course owner. What were some of the kinds of jobs that you had that where golf really could benefit you?
Well, it's funny because I recognize a lot of these names because I was a publicist for so long. I reached out to media, so a lot of the ladies on here, you know, you might have seen my name asking for interviews and spotlight my artists. But I came to Los Angeles from Texas after graduating at the University of Texas in Austin, and I started in the music business. It was so much fun back in the early 2000s, right before iTunes started taking over. But, you know, I did start in the music business. I got to work with my family, with my Thea, like I mentioned, in Pasadena, California. Then I graduated to La Opinion newspaper. I think there's a lot of La Opinion alum out there, and I'm one of them. And so, you know, honored to be so, because it did teach me a lot. Being in downtown Los Angeles at the time, and then, you know, simultaneously opening a salon and day spa down the street so I would go on my lunch breaks before work and after work and help manage and sweep hair and, you know, wash heads or whatever Irene had me doing. And then I, you know, I got a job with Capitol Records, the Latino music division of Capitol Records. So, you know, I feel like in my, you know, my late 20s and early 30s, I did a lot of fun Los Angelian things. You know, besides work at the Dodgers, that was kind of one of the things that I was on my wish list. But lastly, before leaving to Texas, I got to work at Disney, and I do see some of my Disney friends on here too. So nice to see everybody. But I got to also help start the multicultural division at Disney, which was so much fun when I was there. And then, you know, as circumstance has it, I was focused so much on my career that I forgot to you know, date. I forgot that I needed to do something quick. And there's a lot of ladies, you know, when I moved to LA, I met so many women in their 40s that were single, and coming from Texas, it was very, very different, I would say. That was not, you didn't meet a lot of ladies in their 40s that were single and focused on their careers. And then I became one. And then I became one really fast. So I noticed I was in my late 30s and had to do something. So I went online, like all the kids are doing, right? And I found me a husband on the internet.
But I know that golf played a role in that. So I want to hear that. How did golf connect you with your man?
So ladies, when you put on your online profile that you play golf and you smoke a cigar every now and then, let me tell you, you are like gold on paper. So, I mean, it really was. That's what Eric will tell you. He'll say that he saw that I play golf and I smoke cigars, and he thought, I need to meet this lady. And really we hit it off without even speaking, without even talking in person. We all started via text message. And our first date, and that's why I stay true to this today, the best dates are on the golf course. Best dates with your honey or your little ones or your family members or your girlfriends are always going to be on the golf course.
Absolutely. I second that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you met Kim, you got together, you blossomed in golf. He somehow comes from a golf family. So tell us, I mean, you don't have that kind of a background. So how is it now that once you merged, your families came together, how was the idea of owning a golf course? How did this all happen? Tell us this story.
So it's funny, you simultaneously met my mother-in-law through the industry. And honestly, without my incredible husband and my fabulous in-laws, this would probably not happen. We are considering writing a book about the business deal itself because it is so fascinating and very unique. So I'm going to leave
like if I don't know anything about it, Julie, I'm going to say that is so out of reach. Like how the heck do you get to own a golf course? Walk us through that.
Yeah. So Azucena, when you say it's so out of reach, then it will be out of reach. But if you say that this is what I'm going to do, this is how I dream big, then anything is possible. And I am a strong believer of, yes, even owning a golf course, even if you say, well, if I had $1 million, right? Well, then pray on that, meditate on that, visualize that. And I'm telling you, I'm an example. It happens through lots of prayer, meditation, lots of that. But honestly, between my husband and my mother-in-law, between the two of them, I always say they have probably about over nearly 100 years of experience in the golf industry, in the golf and hospitality industry. So with my background being events, promotion, publicity, and advertising, and then with them, really, we became, I think, a force to be reckoned with when it comes to owners of an industry that pre-COVID, so as you know, was declining, was going on the downslope. And lo and behold, we celebrate wins, big or small. This is probably one of those wins that it's hard to celebrate, but we have to consider it. Golf is now on the upswing, and we couldn't be more pleased with the amount of play that we've received this season alone. Our maintenance crew has been, we kept our maintenance crew on, and they've been there 30 plus years. Some of these guys are superintendent especially, and they told us constantly, day after day, we've never seen this many cars in the parking lot ever for this long. So that is just great. On the screen there is my day job family. This is all my agents, because we are.
Tell us about that, because your dream is your golf course. That's your passion. You do that for love, but you and your husband also have another business.
Yes, so we are life insurance agency owners. We have our own agency. We have agents all across the country that are a part of our agency. And it's pretty amazing. I'll tell you, I never thought that I would be an insurance agent. I know we have some also on this call where my Latina agency owners at. But, this truly began because we started with a company that I would say prides themselves on being a self-development company first that happens to make their income off insurance. And without the growth and self-development that I did for, I would say, 5 years of the business, I don't know if we would have the structure or the foundation, Azu, that we have, that we've gained through our other business to establish this business. So with that, I mean, we treat our staff just like we treat our agents. We empower them. We want them to lead. There's no way I could run a golf course, or my husband and I could run a golf course by ourselves. It's through the strength and the help of powerful leaders in the business.
Well, it is so impressive. I'm so proud of you. I'm full of joy for you and your family. Your golf course is spectacular. It is absolutely gorgeous, and we cannot wait to get there. But I want to know what the vibe of your golf course is. You know that golf courses have vibes. You know, some people may have a very narrow view or old school view of what a golf course should be, but I know yours cannot be like that. So what is your vision? How would you describe your golf course?
Oh, wow. That's a great question, because you and I both have played a lot of courses around the world and the country. So yeah, we sometimes get this sideways look, glance, or don't see enough of us on the course, right? I always talk to women and young ladies, just as you've taught me from the beginning, Azucena, is to welcome everybody and anybody to this great game. The vibe, I would say, is well, I actually didn't create this, but we want you to be where everybody knows your name and everyone's glad you came.
Aww.
That is pretty much how we treat our members and our guests. I personally love to welcome them. You find me on the at the clubhouse somewhere, or on the course, or in the golf shop. But I say hi to just about everybody and anybody that walks on. And we've seen so many new faces on the course. Young faces, female faces, families golfing together this season. So the vibe is where everyone is welcome, everyone's encouraged to play, and we follow very strict core values in our golf course, where relationships matter, people come first is number one, and that, we have about 6 of them. So it's do the right thing when no one is looking, be productive and honest in your communication, and have fun and get stuff done. So when we stress that to our team, to our crew, to our members and guests, you certainly do see, Azucena, a whole new vibe being expressed throughout the club.
I love that. Well, I see from some of the photos pre-COVID, you had some great events. It really was a place beyond just going to play golf, where people and community could come and gather. And isn't that really what golf courses are? Or if they're not, they should be. So I applaud you for doing that. And I'm sure you're doing the best that you can, the most that you can under the circumstances. So what are some of your major challenges, Julie, and your major rewards?
Oh, wow. Well, everyone's dealing with the same challenges. I'm sure this environment is absolutely challenging. The rewards are seeing families, friends, newbies, so many women who were timid and did not go out, starting just to ride out with their partners on the cart, and then slowly getting their clubs in their hands and going through the motions. But those are the rewards. And also, we have 2 with my husband, my new husband. I got an Instafam as well. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my 2 wonderful stepkids, Ileana and Max. And the challenge would be, don't burn out your kids, because they both work there too. So that is a challenge, and making sure that they love it every day. They love what they're doing. That's a big one. But the reward is that, they have a business. They know that they have a business that hopefully one day they can run it and take it over. And they're learning so much responsibility as managers, as people, and running a business. Fortunately, we're all in the business together. Otherwise, our dinner conversations would be very boring for them.
Well, Julie, I know that you are learning, growing, you and your entire family. So I just think that's great. What I would like to do right now, we have a special guest, Julie, somebody I think you're going to love meeting. He's a partner of Latina Golfers. I am so proud to know him, and that is Jay Karen. He's a bigwig, you guys, you gals.
Okay.
He is the CEO of the National Golf Course Owners Association, which you are a member of. I was so proud when I found that out. So Jay, are you here with us?
I'm here. Can you see me and hear me?
I can see you and hear you. I believe that we can. Yes, we can. I am not the production control person, but I'm sure it's all good. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. You are like a VIP in the golf industry in this nation, and you took the time out of your busy schedule, because I know there are other big events going on today, and you chose to be with us at like the PGA of America annual meeting, and you're here with us, so thank you so much for that. So Jay, I want to introduce you to Julie. Julie, meet Jay.
Hi, Julie.
Jay, I get all your emails, Jay. Thank you for everything you do.
Yes, nice to meet you. And Azucena, thank you. I would rather be with you all than the PGA of America any day of the week. So thank you for having me. And that means no love, no loss of love for my PGA folks, but I think it's a much more interesting group. Let's put it that way. So Azucena, what you are doing for golf is so good. So thank you for all of what you're doing. And it's good for the Latinas that are in golf, because we all know how golf gives back to you personally and professionally. So the goodness, there's a reciprocity in this goodness. And so thank you for what you are doing. And Julie, to listen to your background is quite interesting. I got to say, before, I've been in and out of golf industry since 1997, and I worked for almost 10 years in the lodging and hospitality industry, and so many people that came into the lodging business, specifically bed and breakfast, country inns, boutique hotels, they all came from unique careers before they did, own an inn or whatever. I mean, they were from all walks of life. In golf, it tends to be an echo chamber. People get into golf early in their careers and they stay forever, right? Because we all know how good it is, but they stay forever. So it creates this bit of an echo chamber kind of culture, very insular culture in golf. So to hear that, and to see that you are a salon owner, that you were in public relations, you worked for a record company, this is the antithesis of the echo chamber. So, and I welcome that kind of perspective into the industry. So I'd love to hear what, because you talked about the challenges, Julie. I have two topics I want to chat with you about. One is, what is the goodness that you're seeing through the ownership of a golf course? What does it add to your life? What do you love about it?
Oh gosh, that is such a great question, Jay, because there's so much goodness. We work with the local high school kids. We host them, so they're part of our course is their course. We're in a small town, but we do have a university in this little tiny town called Slippery Rock University. And right away, Jay, we first of all changed the name of the course. It was known as Oakview prior, but we changed it to Slippery Rock Golf Club and Event Center on purpose to give the community the golf course back, right? To give a sense of ownership to everybody around the course, the neighborhood, the community, the school, the students. And I've talked to so many kids who said, I had no idea this was here. And that to me is like, what do you mean? There's only like 3,000 people in this town, and you didn't know that there was a golf course here. So
right, we're 200 acres of land. You didn't know we were here.
Exactly. It's so having fundraising events, right? We have a vehicle to raise funds for, whether it be boosters for sporting events. We did a football fundraiser with all the donors. We did our own Make-A-Wish tournament that we had, that's our benefactor for our agency. So when you talk about what good, you know, all the good things that it gives back, I mean, all of that it makes us, you know, just beam and excited to have more such events. We're tying, we're also talking to the university, Jay, here locally, because they don't have a team, but they have a club. And Eric and I have been discussing, how do we create a scholarship to either start a team or give back to the students somehow that are interested in golf.
Very good.
So there's lots.
One day I want to hear about the goodness that you're getting, because what you're telling me is the goodness that you're delivering, and that's very selfless. I mean, there's you know, that you have the hospitality gene, obviously, if you're concerned about the goodness for others. But one day I want to hear about what you are harvesting from this yourself. You know, so a conversation for another day. But I did hear that you have recently installed 3 simulators, right, in your business, and you know, we call that golf entertainment. It's kind of the, you know, it is golf, but it's meant to be fun, entertaining, you know, have some food and beverage.
Can you explain what that is for some of us that don't know what a simulator is? Here in Southern California, we don't have a Top Golf or anything like that. So it might be a foreign concept. So can you give us a little background on what that is?
Yeah, so Top Golf is what people think of first, Susanna, oftentimes, is where, you know, those outdoor facilities where you're hitting golf balls into these targets. There's technology all around you. It's fun. It's kind of like the new bowling. What people did 30 years ago was they'd go bowling on a Friday night. Now people go to Top Golf, where there is a Top Golf. And it's been the darling of the golf industry for the past 5 years in many ways. And there's 63 of these around the world. And it's very successful. In fact, I just found out yesterday that Callaway has merged with Top Golf. So that's 2 big brands that have merged in the golf industry. But what I've said from the beginning on this, and I hate to get a little wonky on you business-wise, but people are asking, how is golf entertainment, Top Golf, going to impact, you know, like Julie's business, the green grass business? And that's the wrong question everybody's been asking, hoping, because Top Golf, what they want is people to come back to Top Golf. That's how they make their money. And so they're not as concerned about Julie's success as they are their own success. So what I've told golf course owners for the past 5 years solidly is, emulate what they're doing. You know, bring golf entertainment to your golf course.
Yes.
And what that means in our version of that are the simulators. These golf simulators are basically these bays that you can set up inside. You know, you set them up indoors, and they're about 10, 15 feet by 10 or 15 feet. And you're hitting into like a computer screen looking thing where there's trackers that can, you know, see how far you've hit the ball. And you're literally hitting into this, well, figuratively hitting into this golf course. And you could be playing Pebble Beach on your screen. You could be playing the Ocean Course at Kiowa. It's all cloud-based technology, and it is amazing. It's virtual reality for golf. Really, really sophisticated technology that is a lot of fun, and it takes away the embarrassment factor of being out on the golf course and worrying about where your ball goes, all of that kind of stuff. And to hear that you're putting in 3, which is great. It's almost like, you know, I hear of courses that have 1. I'm thinking, you can't build a business off of 1 simulator. It's like a bowling alley having 1 alley. You know, you can't really do that. And so what I'm hearing you're doing, Julie, and I want to hear more about that, is, you know, talk to us about what convinced you to do this. Why are you doing this? And you know, what uses do you see for this addition to your business?
Well, first of all, my husband's a visionary, Eric, and I know he's on here, and we couldn't use our ballroom. We have this huge, beautiful ballroom, Jay, that holds, you know, up to 300 people. But guess what? No one's booking events. No one's booking what would typically become our main money maker for the winter is completely silent right now. So as the visionary, you know, my husband, Eric, said, we need to think fast. We need to move fast. This is the East Coast. They use simulators here. We got to get them. Right. Well, like, you know, like as you said, I had no idea. I'm from the West Coast in Texas. What is that? A giant, it's really a giant video game, right? That you can hit into the screen inside. So we thought quick as creative connectors, him and my husband and I, we went online and found a business that was going out of business, unfortunately, and selling all their simulators, selling all the games, selling everything, all the way to the Pebble Beach mural that we now have hanging in our banquet room. We got everything. My husband and son drove down and loaded up the trailer and bought all that back. And that was the intention, Jay, is to have a Top Golf environment in the banquet room. So we've created that. We've set them up, and we're creating bays or lounge bays behind them, just like you would find at Top Golf, a comfy place to sit where you can eat and drink, because we are one of 4 establishments in the entire town that has a liquor license. So that's a huge deal. So we can do that. We can serve you while you play. And it's not just intended for golfers, right? Kids can come. We have kid games like Hit the Zombies and all these different games that we can play on the bays. But here's the best part. We also got a putting green inside the banquet room, so you can practice your putting your putting there. And it was important for me to establish a clinic first and foremost. And we just launched that in today's newsletter for ladies specifically, called Life, right? Ladies Informational, Fundamental, and Etiquette of Golf. So that is going to be one of our first clinics with the simulators inside. And like you said, the intention is get these ladies the basics, get them comfortable and confident. So by spring and March, they're out there playing. They're out on the course. They're out of the banquet room and playing on the greens.
That's fantastic. You know, for those that are watching, it's no surprise to know that the golf business, the golf course business, the cash register stops ringing when the sun goes down, typically, and when the weather is inclement, when nobody's out there playing. So, you know, traditionally golf course owners when they think about expanding their business, they think of doing events, or how do I get more tee times, squeezed into those daylight hours? And that's not the way forward necessarily. The way forward is, how do I expand on having people come play golf when it's dark out, when and the lights inside can be on, and when it's snowing or raining. So, Julie, I would encourage you to even reach out to those, the high school teams and university teams. This is where they can come and practice. This is where, so in Korea, for those that don't know this market very well, in Korea, these golf cafes, which are these little businesses, retail businesses with simulators that are the centerpiece, they are ubiquitous. There are over 5,000 of these locations just in South Korea. They're as ubiquitous as Starbucks, nearly. Where that's where workers go at the end of the workday. They go have fun at the golf cafe. And what I was fearing in America was, once the wave hits America on this, that you'll see them in the retail centers instead of the golf courses, where we are best equipped to grow and host this kind of business. So my congratulations to you for being ahead of the curve. And the curve is changing, so I'm glad you're at the head of it right now, because you'll benefit from the business before others will. There'll be a day when it's saturated, but right now, benefit from it before it gets saturated. So good on you, and I look forward to coming and visiting you and playing in that simulator and on the green grass course.
I love the connection here that we have made, because you two are very important to each other. I will tell you something that we do here locally, because we don't have the Top Golf and simulators, but what Latina Golfers has created, and nobody else has done it before COVID, is we would take over a driving range. We have fiestas and parties at the driving range, where we have cocktails, taco trucks, and then we play on the range, and we have a cigar bars. I mean, we do all of that at the driving range. So we create it ourselves. So that's what so many golf courses can do all around the country. I mean, it is so much fun, and people just they love it. We've had over 150 people at at a driving range. Okay, obviously pre-COVID, and we will continue that plan once we can. But Jay, real quick, we're just about out of time. I know how important Julie and her family owning this golf course is to the golf course industry. You are at the head of the National Golf Course Owners Association. What does it look like for people of color owning, and women owning golf courses around the country?
The honest answer, bleak. it's unfortunately bleak, and that needs to change. And and that hopefully will change. I would admit that at our organization, and years ago, we didn't even know where to start from an ownership standpoint. There's been a lot of good work done in the industry by organizations to try to change the face of the workforce and the customer, and to diversify the customer. There's been work going on for a long time, and you're in the middle of it, Asu, so you understand that. But on the ownership side, it's always been a head scratcher. Like, what do we, on the African American community, the thought was, what do we do? Advertise in Essence magazine, you can own a golf course, and it was just felt like too far of a reach. And so but that reach is not as far anymore. And so there's so much work we can do, and we've learned, and we're going to be doing a lot of work on the ownership. In fact, our board of directors just recently approved our first ever diversity inclusion strategy, which includes ownership and operations of golf courses, educating, content, outreach, all, to be a good citizen of the industry. So
we want to be a resource for you, Jay, to help you get the word out. Obviously, Julie can be a great resource for you. I want you to highlight Julie. I want her to be in your magazine. I want her to be at your events, because she needs to tell that story of how we can all do it. I love it, Julie, how you just say no barriers. I mean, just if you want it, just go do it. I just love that. Jay, Julie, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm so glad we made this connection.
Yeah. And can I say something real quick? I'm sorry I came late, Gloria Esteban. Sure. And I'm here with the National Society of Hispanic MBAs. Now it's called Prospanica. But Jay and Julie, real quick, you know what? There's a lot of conferences going on, and they got away from having golf tournaments. African American, Hispanic, call them, talk to them. If they could get someone to handle that, that was a great fundraiser. I mean, I've been to a lot. I won 2 round-trip tickets from an airline because I volunteered. I mean, they have money. The who's who are there. They I'm preaching to the choir, but they do interviews there with young folks, and they give them the whole shebang. They get the golf course, the shirt, and everything to play, so they could get to know them. So anyway, that's my suggestion to you all, is to talk to those organizations, whatever, organizations that are out there, because they stop having golf tournaments.
Thank you for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. We love them. You know that our mission is to have women learn and feel comfortable to play business golf and to participate in charity golf tournaments, because so much action, so much business happens in that atmosphere, in that arena. So thank you for that, Gloria. And thank you, Prospanica, for being one of our strategic partners. Love you, love you, love you. Omaira de Jesus is part of our production team from Prospanica today, so thank you for that. Nancy de los Santos is our technical director. Most of you know she was the associate producer of the Selena movie, and it's hot right now because Netflix now has the Selena series, so I can't wait for her to tell us about that. One more thing before we close, we are going to Spain, okay? Latina Golfers Association has been selected as ambassadors of the Solheim Cup. So the Solheim Cup will be in Spain in 2023. What that is the premier competition between the USA Professional Women's Golf, the LPGA, Ladies Professional Golf Association. The best top 12 players that they have compete against the top 12 players of the whole entire European team, right? So all of Europe makes up one team, USA has one team, and we battle it out every 2 years. So the next one, in 2023, it's going to be in Spain. They've asked us to be ambassadors. We said yes, because we will be there in Madrid. So when we posted it just the other day on Facebook, I already have over 50 women and people, guys too, you're welcome to, who want to join us and be on our ambassador team. So we're going to get all the details together. We will share that with you. We've got plenty of time to plan, and I know things will be great by 2023. So we're so excited to cheer our USA ladies on in España. So we will send out information. Please stay involved, stay tuned for that. And obviously, I want everybody to get out and vote. If you haven't done it, I have voted. I have my ballot, but I have to go drop it off. I haven't been able to find a Dropbox place. So please do so. Everybody, thank you for joining us today for the Latina Golfers Association 19th Hole Power Hour. We loved having you with us. We will be back on December 2nd when we're actually going to speak to some of the women from Spain that are organizing it or a part of the host committee of the Solheim Cup. So we're going to get to meet our hermanas from España and connect with them. So that's December 2nd. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Yes, Omaira.
Before I know we want to be mindful to everyone's time, but I did take down some questions.
Okay.
So I just want you to know, Julie, you got a whole village who's like, I want that book. So get that book going. Really quickly, how can we get some Slippery Rock merch? Por favor.
Let me know. We're gonna do something unconventional because not a lot of courses sell merch online, believe it or not, and we're gonna do it. So let us know what you want. We got lots of cool stuff.
Love it. What else, Omaira? And we're gonna send you all of these, Julie.
Yes. I want to make sure everybody knows, because can we plan an LGA trip to Julie's course? Por favor, we need that.
Absolutely.
Julie, it did come up on the chat. Daycare and golf course. Déjanos saber, daycare and
Oh, I love it. Okay. We can keep the kids busy. Don't worry.
And definitely, is there an LGA in South Florida? So we'll make sure we get there connected.
Yeah, we've been down there several times to do golf clinics and golf outings, but we don't have a permanent presence there, but we will. Absolutely. Gracias, Omaira. Gracias, Nancy. Gracias to everybody that joined us today. We will see you December 2nd. And then, of course, social media. You guys, gals, please follow us on social media. It's very important that we get your support there. Visit our website to find out what kind of events we have going on. Okay, hasta luego. Ciao, ciao.
Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Ciao, everybody.
Thank you, Susana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. How inspiring.
Yay.
Bye.
Yay, yay, yay. So for our production team, I somehow have lost, I can't see. I don't have control. So if we want to end the meeting, somebody else has to end it because I can't do it. But I love it. I didn't even get to see who all was here. This is great. I love it. Look at all these wonderful ladies. Great.
So much fun, Azu. Thank you.
Oh, Julie, you're a blast. I love you so much. And I'm just so glad this all worked out. I'm glad you connected with Jay. And
oh my gosh. I can't wait to have him over and just keep this beautiful journey going. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, of course, girl. Who else is still here?
And next, the retreat.
Vera's there.
I am. I'm lingering. Julie, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story. I loved the fact that you talked about personal development, because I think that's something that we really need to impart to the Latino community, and especially to our kids that are coming up. And so the fact that you made that such an important part of your development and owning the golf course is just fantastic. And I'm excited and unnervous because this will really be my first time like really picking up golf. And so I was wondering, when you guys were talking about the fashion show, can we do another one just so I know what to wear?
I think that is necessary.
Since then, but it's time for another one soon. Absolutely.
I would love that. And hey, I'll volunteer as one of your models if you need to, as to what to wear or what not to wear, whatever you want.
I love it. And Rebecca, congratulations. I see you're on. And Liz Chavez visiting us from Texas. Hola, Liz. But Rebecca, how do you feel after winning the President's Award?
It was great. Thanks. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Absolutely.
Yes. No, I've been so excited. So thank you for posting me and stuff. And then actually, I'll be going out to Riverside to promo it a little bit more. So I'll be wearing my shirt. So I just wanted to show I'm very proud of my shirt with SCGA and our Latina golfers. So
cool?
I'm so excited. I'm coming out I'll be going out there on Monday to showcase more and bringing women into golf and hopefully the Latina golfers.
I love it.
So, and
Veronica,
Vera,
I think
I know I
Yes.
spoke to Vera before, and we got to bring her out there, and we'll just have fun at Don Canavi. We'll get this
Yes.
started. So
Yes, I'm so excited.
I know.
Thank
We're
you.
excited for each and every one of the ladies out there. I love it.
Just
So,
to let you know, we had about 90 folks signed up,
we
okay?
did.
yes.
That's fantastic because I think my limit is 100. I don't think I could. I only pay for up to 100 people.
Azu, somebody asked a really cool question, and it was, could you do the fundamentals of golf through Zoom?
Yeah, we are doing that. We're starting to do that. That's what our cohort part of, because we can't do classroom anymore, a real life classroom. So we're doing it virtually.
Oh,
So
that's great.
yes, we're starting.
That was one of the questions they missed. And the second one was a dad was asking, how can he get his daughters into more golfing? And one of the ladies referred him to your website. So
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
And the SCGA, that's where we have to send everybody. Okay.
all right.
Thank you. Well, my thing just narrowed down, so I never was able to see the entire thing. So somebody has to let us go because I can't do it. So Omaida, will you, or do I have to do it?
It says you're the host, Azu, and that Omaida is also. So you two.
Can Omaida, can you do it? Because I can't do it. I can't see anything.
See the whole screen?
I can the whole time. The minute that I did the Facebook Live, in fact, I don't think I even was able to do Facebook Live because it asked me to do something. And the screen narrowed down to all I could see was myself. And then I hit the thing, and then I could only see like 3 people. Like right now, I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. That's it. I could never see the whole screen, so I never really knew what you were doing, but I knew it was fine.